Weather makes a big difference to people running the London Marathon. And you get a sense of it behind us here. Less than 3 weeks' time, more than 40,000 runners will take to the streets of London competing in the marathon.
You need the wind behind you, definitely.
Yes, and not too hot. That's the other thing you always say as well,
No,
don't they?
absolutely. Some will be aiming for a fast time. Many will have more personal reasons for making it to the finishing line. And they include Charlie Price from Yeovil in Somerset, who's been speaking to our reporter, Jack Kellett.
Charlie Price isn't a stranger to extreme sports. However, his journey to this point has been anything but straightforward. In 2019, Charlie would go for a bike ride which would change his life.
It was the first trail and I just went down quite bad. Broke both my feet and my ankles, my talar navicular, which is like the main bone in your foot, and I just smashed him to pieces.
It took till 2022 for him to finally have his lower left leg surgically removed. Ever since that moment, Charlie has been on a mission. Skydiving, mountain biking, even base jumping, Charlie is keen to set records.
So we believe it was the first amputee tandem base jump in the UK.
What was that moment like?
Scary. Scary.
Next up, running the London Marathon for charity.
After I applied for it, I was questioning whether I should do it or whatnot, and then I came across this little boy, Luke, who had a lot of problems and become a quad amputee. So I just thought if I could do that, raise a little bit of money for him and prove to myself that I could do it, then why not?
How are you feeling with a few weeks to go before the marathon?
Nervous. Super, super nervous. So I definitely think I've overestimated myself, but I'll crawl the finish line if I have to. I will try my hardest to get over that finish line.
With 3 weeks to go, the race is now on for Charlie to get prepared for his biggest challenge yet.
Yes, there's a lot of people on a mission. We're joined now by two of those people. James Greenwood, who is running in memory of his sister Amy, who died from asthma. Morning to you, James.
Morning.
How are you?
Good, thank you.
Good, good, good. And you brought the trainers in. We've already seen the trainers. We'll explain a little bit about that in a moment. Also, here in the studio, Ben Kellett, who can introduce now over there. Why, you're saying to yourself, why, Ben, are you carrying a bicycle?
I am.
Is what everyone's thinking. Why are you, Ben, why are you carrying a bicycle?
I don't really know, to be honest. I thought it'd be a bit of fun.
You're going to be carrying that bicycle for the whole of the marathon?
Yes, that's the idea, yeah.
As you were on your shoulder?
Yeah.
I said earlier when we saw a picture of you that you do have some padding, don't you? Because you're not allowed to change the form of the bike.
So the Guinness rules are that you can't change the bike at all.
Yeah.
So I've got a padded rugby top that I'm going to wear.
But still, you're going to be bruised.
Yes, yeah. Well, the most I've actually done carrying the bike is just onto the studio. So I figured it's going to be that painful.
Let's be clear about this.
You've only got 3 weeks to go.
Yeah.
I've done plenty of running, but I haven't done any... I've not really trained with the bike.
You do know it's going to be bashing you?
Yeah, well, I figured I'll just save that joy for the day.
Have you actually worked out... Have you got any questions for him, by the way? Because this whole thing sounds mad.
I've been speaking to him a little bit before, but...
What did you ask? What was the first question?
Well, he just told me that he was doing Guinness World Record and...
And what was your thought? Because you ran the marathon last year, didn't you? So when Ben said, oh, yeah, I'm going to run it and I'm going to put a bike over my shoulder, what did you think? See, you can say it doesn't matter.
A bit crazy.
A bit crazy. But have you actually worked out how you're going to carry it? Have you even worked it out at all?
Well, just literally put my arm through the...
Do you want to show us now? Do you want to sort of get in the position and we can catch it on...
Just basically like this. That's all you're allowed to do, really.
It just looks awful.
Have you figured out when you're going to be switching arms and stuff?
I guess as soon as it hurts.
Do you want to tell us a bit about why you do... Why is the obvious question. What's the motivation for you?
Well, I've got a close family member who has MS. I wanted to do the London, try and raise some money for MS and get a bit of publicity for the charity. And I've always fancied doing a Guinness World Record. And last year I saw a guy did it carrying a fridge. And I saw that on TV and thought, do you know what? I could do that. I could have a crack at that.
Have you run a marathon before?
I've done a couple, yeah.
Right, OK.
So I had a bit of experience before.
James, why are you doing it?
So I'm doing it in memory of my older sister, Amy, who passed away from asthma in 2022.
Only
So-
just a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
OK.
So I'm running in memory of Amy.
That will mean a lot to you, and it will mean a lot to your family.
Yeah.
As well. I mean, you ran it last year, so
Yeah.
you know you can do it. And the reason, I mean, you didn't bring in as silly a prop, no offence, Ben, but we've got a pair of your trainers here. Do you just want to explain kind of the motivation that's going to help you when you're running this year?
Yeah, so last year for my birthday, Mum and Dad bought me the tags on my trainers.
So these are the metal plaques that we
Yeah.
can see. And what do they say?
One says for Amy and then one says London Marathon from last year. So when I'm struggling, I can look down and I know that I'm doing it for Amy.
What was she like? Did she run?
Amy wasn't a runner, no.
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 But she has asthma, you have asthma
Yeah.
as well. And when you started training, did you, I mean, I wonder, how was your asthma affected?
So as I upped the miles and I got better at running, my asthma actually improved and I didn't actually need my inhaler at all last year for the marathon.
I mean, the atmosphere is fantastic, isn't it? I mean, I know if you wear kind of a shirt, and I can see you're wearing the MS1, but if you wear a shirt, people shout your name and they really boost you along, don't
Yeah,
they?
I think it's great.
So, in terms of like raising money, raising awareness, how's that been going for you?
So I've just passed £3,000 on my Just Giving page and I've got about another 1,000 left to get, so...
Are you running? How's your training going? Because this fella has decided not to train properly yet at all. How's yours going?
It's going good. I feel like I was better last year at training than this year.
That's because you've got it under your belt.
Yeah,
You're not
maybe.
scared. Have you done your 20-miler yet?
No, not yet.
OK. And you've got a couple. Look, I hope we're not putting you off.
It's too late for that. I've signed up now, haven't I?
That is the thing. Come hook or crook, you are going to be crawling across that line with that bike over your shoulder.
Hopefully.
And how? So, as a Guinness, I've not seen it before, but people have done all sorts of things to get in the world record books. Did you have to kind of look quite hard to find
Yeah,
something?
well, I mean, when I saw the guy with the fridge, I was looking for something that was quite obscure. And I used to do a lot of cycling, and I saw the bike in the garage. I thought, I bet nobody's done that, or if they have done it, I can have a fair crack at it.
Because you're not allowed to have any gadget to kind of hold it on you, are you? Because
No.
I would have thought you could have like had a little harness and just had it on your back, so you wouldn't have to.
Yeah, originally I was going to modify it like a child's carrying rucksack. But as soon as I got the rules through it, said, no, you must carry it yourself.
And how much does
The galling thing about carrying a bicycle is you'd constantly be having the thought process that you could put it down and get on it.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Whereas with most costumes, that's not relevant, is it?
Yeah. Well, there is a specific thing that says it must not touch the ground or travel forward. Yeah.
So what if you need a loo break?
I'm just hoping I don't, to be honest.
How much does it weigh?
I'll be squeezing into a portal. 7.5 kilos.
OK. Well, look, both of you.
We
Good luck.
wish you both well.
Thanks for
Thank you
coming on
very
and
much.
telling us about it. Thank you. Good luck in 3 weeks.
Thank you.
And of course, you can watch the London Marathon on Sunday, the 21st of April. It'll be covered across all the BBC platforms.